Mariano, when you got the call to tell you you were elected and elected unanimously to the Hall of Fame, what were your exact emotions?
Oh my God. I can't even reproduce that again because it was a tremendous emotion. I can, it feels like we just won the World Series. It was that big, special moment. My family and I in my house, just receiving the call, receiving the news, special.
How would you describe your journey from a boat captain's son to here today in Cooperstown?
I would say, to put it in a small words, will be miracle. I can say if it will be a word to describe that, it will be miracle, because my abilities and everything that I was around with, I wasn't on the same path to be looking or chasing a baseball dream, but it was in the mind of the Lord, and the rest was history. So if I have to express myself with one word, what I can say from being a son of a captain of a boat, a fishing boat, to Cooperstown, only a miracle.
What are you most proud of?
I am proud, first of all, of what my parents did, for me. I mean, how they raised me, and how I play the game of baseball, how I respect the game of baseball, how I give my best to the game of baseball. I'm proud of that.
Some people say that the miracle is the guy did it with one pitch.
My whole career has been a miracle. From, like I said, from coming up from Panama to sign for the New York Yankees, and then the Lord giving me uh, that famous pitch and using it for 17 years. Another miracle.
How would you describe the cutter? What made the cutter that successful pitch and successful beyond compare?
What made the cutter that type of pitch was because it was given by God. Simple. There's no other explanation. It was because it was given by God.
Now, you embrace the role of closer and have said that it's what you wanted since you were a little boy. How could that be?
I always wanted to be the last guy to throw the pitch, the last to took the last swing, the last to throw the last shot in basketball, the last who kicked the last goal or the last shot to the goal. So when I became a baseball player and then made it to the big leagues, I was a starter. Then to the bullpen, and then from the bullpen to settlement, and then settlement to closer. And I was okay doing whatever I had to do as long as I stay in the big leagues. But the closer role, for me, I felt more like me because that's what I did before. When I was 6, 7 years old, I was doing that. Not in that way, not in that platform. You know what I mean? But in my own platform, it was huge in Panama. For me, we were playing for 50 cents so we can win and go to the store and buy a Pepsi Cola and buy a 2 piece of cake and eat it with the boys. That was our prize. So I was accustomed to be in that position.
You were a closer in another way that some people forget. You were the last Major League player to wear the number 42. What does Jackie Robinson's legacy and that number 42 mean to you today as you prepare to join him in the Hall of Fame?
The legacy of Mr. Jackie Robinson to me was something special. You know, being a minority, coming from Panama, him being a minority, and what he did for us, being the first one to take the ups and downs, all the beating, all the persecution, and remain firm and believe that what he was doing, uh, it will be something special, and he did. He did. So I took that real serious. I took it as a challenge. It was a blessing, but it was a something that it moved me to always do my best, so I can make Mr. Jackie Robinson proud of me. And that was my challenge. I wanted to do whatever it takes to keep the legacy that Mr. Jackie Robinson left us.
How would you describe the confidence that you had on the mound and the role that confidence played in your success?
Well, the only description or how can I explain myself is only that I knew who gave me the abilities. I trust the Lord, and I trust the abilities that He gave me. So I mean, knowing those things, I was able to succeed and be able to accomplish what we accomplished because I always trust Him and trust the ability that He has given me.
But to what degree did you feel pressure?
It's always pressure. It's always pressure. I mean, the situation where I was, it's always pressure. It's nothing easy in that situation. You either save the game or lose the game. There's no in between. So for me, it's how I try to keep my composure in situation like that. I know that I have a job to do. I know that whatever I will do, it will determine if we win or we lose. So therefore, I was 100% mentally prepared and 100% physically prepared for that moment. If I gave that, I was ready for that. I was okay with any result.
A few minutes ago, you described your emotions when you got the call about the Hall of Fame. How about when you got the call that you were coming up to the major leagues? What do you remember most?
I remember a lot of that moment. I called my wife. I called my family, my mother, jumping on the bed. It was something like, that kid in you came out. I started jumping, I started screaming. It was around 11 or 12 o'clock, 12:30 in the morning already, because we just came from Pawtucket. We were playing the Boston Red Sox, AAA organization, and we got to the hotel, and Bill Evers called me later on in the evening and said that we were going to the big leagues. I said, Bill, come on, man, I'm tired. I don't think it's time to be messing around. He says, no, I'm not messing around. Bill, we have a great relationship, and he was serious. And I said, are you serious? I said, yeah. I started jumping and called my wife that time, called my parents, and just celebrating. It was something that I will never forget.
Last thing about somebody else, the superstar of today's game, Mike Trout. What goes through your mind when you see him play?
I love to see Mike Trout play. I saw him when he was a rookie. I was playing the baseball already when he got to the big leagues, and see him, how he played his game, how to respect the game of baseball, how hard he plays, and that's baseball. You have the ability to do something different, do it. And I have tremendous respect for Mike Trout just because how he take care of his business and how he respect the game. And everything else was added to him. So I mean, for me, I'm so happy that he is the one that carrying the baton.
What are his gifts?
His gifts? The man has power. He can throw, he can run, he can hit with average, he can hit with power. All that stuff, it's a blessing. You know, and again, for me as a player, an ex-player, ex-major leaguer, listen, when you see something like that, you have to admire. And I do. I admire that when people, they have a talent and respect others and respect the game. That's what I admire of.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.